Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Diary of an Army Girlfriend video. And in today's video, I am going to continue answering a couple of questions that I have received in my comments. So before I get into answering these questions, I do want to say that if you guys ever have any questions that you would like to hear me talk about, make sure that you are leaving them in the comment section down below, and I may just use your questions for one of my following videos. So I have a couple of questions on my computer. I did not write down the names that I gathered them from, and some of them are kind of like combinations of a couple of questions. So the first question that I wanted to answer is, what is it like after basic? Do they have their phones in AIT? What do I send them after basic training is over, like in AIT? And my answer to this is that it depends on your soldier's MOS. Some of your soldiers may be doing basic and AIT combined as OSIT. Some of them may be doing basic and then they go on to a different post and then they do their AIT there. And each AIT is a different AIT. It is where they are learning how to do their specific job within the Army. It is no longer like everybody needs to do basic. It's the next step in refining the skills that they will need specifically for their job within the Army. Some AITs can be as short as a month, and some AITs can go on for practically a year, if not more. I'm pretty sure there's at least one that's like a year long. And within those variations, each AIT experience is going to be different. From my personal experience, the second that my boyfriend graduated basic, he had his phone on him. He never had it taken away. He never had to give it back at the end of the day. He didn't take it to classes, obviously, because he shouldn't be texting in class, but he had his phone every single day. There was never a problem with that. He even had his iPad and we could FaceTime. Ever since basic training ended, I have been able to communicate with my boyfriend pretty much on a daily basis, but that may not be the case with your soldier. They may be at a way more strict AIT because it is a much shorter one. My boyfriend's AIT was on the longer side of things, so he had more privileges along with the fact that he was going to be there for a lot longer. I know sometimes they don't get their phones at all. Sometimes they only have them on weekends. Sometimes they only have them for like an hour a night. The only person that is going to know the concrete answer about whether he'll be able to like be on his phone every single day is your soldier. So ask him. And what will it be like after basic training is over? Again, it is all different. It is never going to be the exact same scenario. Even if they went to the same basic, the same AIT, they lived in the same barracks, there are always going to be slight variations with who's in charge, what's going on. You never know, so I'm sorry, but I don't know how life is going to be after basic for your specific scenario. And as for what do you send them after basic, again, it all varies. If your soldier's an OSIT, then his basic and AIT are the same, and pretty much the same rules for basic apply. But if his AIT is more lenient and he's able to talk to you more often, just ask him what he wants or needs. It's not going to be like, oh, he needs paper and pens and stamps and unscented baby wipes and batteries. It's more like, does he need a new pair of socks or two? Does he want his laptop shipped to him? Things like that. Just ask him what he wants or needs, because once basic is over, things start to become a little bit more like regular life again, just now they have another job. The next question that I wanted to answer came from two different people, worded slightly differently. So the first one said, what's it like being in a military relationship? Tips for a healthy, happy relationship and how to stay strong apart. And the second person asked, what's it like being in a long distance relationship? Because I am currently in both a military and a long distance relationship. Whew. It's a little bit the same and a little bit different. I am still dating the same guy that I was dating before he joined the Army, so there's really no difference in that department. It's just he has a different job that is kind of more of a priority than another job would probably be, but it's still just him with a job that comes first over everything else, but still just a job that he has. And of course, since we are doing long distance, there is that added layer. Both of those situations are a little bit more difficult at times compared to a civilian relationship where you can just like go to each other's house every single day or you live together. It's obviously going to be a little bit harder at times, but it's still totally worth it in my opinion. My main tip for people asking me like how to deal with military relationships and long distance relationships is always that communication is key. Communication is definitely important in all relationships, but especially so when you don't have that person physically in front of you. You need to be able to tell them what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you want out of things. You need to be able to discuss things freely and openly and be able to have real conversations with each other about anything going on that you want to discuss. You need to be able to communicate your feelings, thoughts going through your head, what you want, all of that stuff. It needs to be able to be put out on the table, and you need to be able to show how you care and express your love for them through through gestures other than physical touch when you are in a long distance relationship, but missing them is a part of loving them. And another thing that you need to keep in mind is that the distance is always only temporary. I know that one day we will close the distance and we will be able to come home to each other at the end of a workday and be able to see each other. And having that end goal in sight makes distance easier to bear with. And if you're not doing long distance, but say they're deployed, deployments are not forever and they will be coming home to you and your distance again will be over. So having a time frame, I think, really helps you get through it day by day, just knowing that you're one step closer, one day closer to finally closing the distance between you, so that you know that it's not just some endless abyss of days apart that will never end and you're never going to be with each other again. As long as you know that at the moment we are apart, but soon we will be together again, I feel like that really helps. And stemming off of that question into the next question that I just wanted to quickly address, somebody asked, do you think him being away is making your relationship stronger? I don't know if they were being sarcastic or not when they asked me that. Yes, I do think that it has made our relationship stronger. We were already so close. We have known each other for almost half of our lives at this point, and we can tell each other anything and everything. But I feel like the distance between us has made it so that we talk about these things even more freely than we did before. And of course, the distance does add a little bit of that movie magic to our relationship. Whenever we finally do get to see each other again, it's almost like seeing each other for the first time, and it's really cute and cheesy and lame, and I always really enjoy getting to see him. It's something that I'm kind of thankful for, that I get to experience almost falling in love with my boyfriend again. So yeah. And the final thing that I wanted to talk about in this video is just a whole bunch of people have asked me variations of this. So it's, when will I know his final duty station? Will he get leave before he goes to his final duty station after AIT? Final duty station, help me, where, who, what, when, why, how, what, everything. Like, again, relating back to the first question that I answered in this video, I don't know the answer, and I'm sorry that I don't know the answer. Each soldier is different depending on their MOS. If they finished AIT, if they're gonna go on to a different type of school, like if they're gonna try to go airborne, or if they're gonna go to ranger school or officer candidate school, all of these things are going to determine whether or not they're going to their final duty station right away, which final duty station it's going to be, how they're going to get there, whether they're going to have leave beforehand, whether they are going to use the leave that they have if they want to use it. It all depends. Just ask your soldier. Asking me those questions is not going to get you the answers that you want or need. Just ask your soldier. He is way more likely to know the answer to these things than I am. I understand that in the beginning, you're going to have all of these questions and you're going to want all of these answers, and I wish that I could give them all to you, but some things you just can't have a concrete answer to from the internet, and seeing as I am the internet, I don't have the concrete answer. I think that's enough questions answered for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this Diary of an Army Girlfriend video. If you guys have any other questions, suggestions, topics, discussion points, anything like that, leave them in the comment section down below and I will gladly touch on all of the topics in my next Army Girlfriend video. If you guys would like to keep up with me on all of my social media platforms, I always have links to them all in the description box down below. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, you totally should. I post new videos every Tuesday and Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!